there comes a moment with cultures that is not good, bad, right, or wrong. It's simply, oh, in this culture, we do this way,
Yeah.
and it's equally beautiful or important or has a weight.
I love that. You can hold space for both.
Taking away judgment. Taking away judgment. Now, when I'm working and I'm facing with these personalities, really the project becomes much bigger than myself. It is not about me.
Right.
It is not about me anymore. It's about a collective. It's about the success of a project, and then success of that project's ripple off tremendously to the client, to the agency, to the production company, to the talent, to the crew. You know, it's just exponential.
Welcome, Fé. Welcome, Fé Vásquez. This is our guest today. She is an amazing woman in our community, on this earth. She is a producer, an editor, a mother, entrepreneur.
Yes.
An artist, the most beautiful, bright, vibrant artist. If you've seen her work, or if you haven't, you have to. I want to welcome you.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here.
Thank you for supporting another sister and putting yourself vulnerability out there and coming and sharing what we're going to discuss today. And so I want to start with let's go back. Share from kind of your journey to editor, producer, you are Venezuelan.
Correct. I am originally from Venezuela, born and raised in Caracas, in the city. I'm a city girl. And I lived there until my early 20s. Now, I'm a filmmaker. I'm a filmmaker and a fine artist. And in film, I produce, I direct, I first AD. And how did that start? It has been the longest love of my life. I always come back to it. So when I was about to graduate from high school, my dad asked me, what do you want to study? And I've been in arts since I was little, very common. However, my answer was, isn't that obvious? I'm going to be a fine artist. Well, he said right then and then that I was going to starve to death. And I believe him. So, there was the illusion yet bursted away. And then I'm the youngest of three, the only girl. And the age difference between my brothers and I are 5 and 7 years. So my house was constantly full of boys, and I could overhear their conversations, and they were 5 and 7 years ahead, right, of me. So at some point I heard one of them saying that he was going to study film. And I had no idea what it meant, what entailed, nothing except bells went off all over my body. And I thought, oh my gosh, that is the coolest thing ever, to learn how to make movies. So I did. I went to film school back home in Venezuela, and I worked in the industry for a while, and then fast forward, landed in Hawaii, broke into the industry here, yes. So filmmaking has been always part of me since a very young age.
Wow. I love that you knew such a young age and you went for it. You didn't go pursue another, like many of us do. We know the answer, but the conditioning, we end up going to university for, I need to prove something and be a doctor. I need to be an engineer, because it was something that was expected, and it's in the top 5 careers that we need to be successful.
Yeah, I allow my dad to, explode the balloon with fine art for a while. However, it was undeniable. Yeah. It was, again, I had no knowledge, yet it was so strong, the feeling, that I was not able to look away. Yeah, I'm glad I did.
Oh, I'm glad, and I'm sure all the film people that work with you and the artists that need to get their art out and their expression and their voice to be able to work with you, that is someone that is so passionate, not burnt out, and after such a long career already. I mean, depends, I guess, what you call long. But for me, I'm like, wow. And not to feel like jaded or burnt out in the industry.
No. In fact, filmmaking, the bug, you will love it or you will hate it. That's it. And for those that love it, well, let me talk from to me, it turns me on. It just energizes me. It's extremely demanding physically, mentally, emotionally. Challenges, right, at all levels. And then you add personalities, right? And egos to the mix. And then it's just on and on and on and on. Yet, that level of complexity, it just makes me drool. I absolutely love it. I have to say I'm good at it.
Yeah.
I do get tested all the time, and many times I have thought, do I want to walk away? And then it's like, of course not. However, it just is like to the max. So after a film work, I don't go out for like 3 days. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't even want to go to the grocery store because I know I'm going to run into somebody and I would need to be forced to say, hi. And no. It's just, whoa, is that level of intensity. And
you've given so much of yourself.
Yes. And whether either you love it or not. And within film, right, there are different areas, and then mine, yeah, it's just fascinating. It's just like magic when when in harmony. Yes.
So what are the challenges? Like, I know there's lots working with other personalities. How do you make that work? Like, what are some of your skill sets that you really need to practice? Because from what I've observed, you have actors that can be very
bitches
divas.
100%.
Right? How do you, as a producer director, what do you pull from? How do you make this art piece that you can see the vision, you probably had the script and you've connected to it. And then you have somebody that is so challenging. What do you draw from? What do you do?
Wow. That is a great question. And well, because the industry is demanding in all those levels that I already mentioned, then I attempt to self-care in those areas, physically, mentally, emotionally, 100%. One, two, within that, personal development is crucial, if not mandatory, especially working in this industry, because everything that I described already, adding time and then, a shoot day and locations and sometimes company moves, it's just a lot. So personal development, why? Because the roles that I have as a filmmaker, whether produced in the production realm, directing, or as a first AD, are positions of power. And I want to lead by example. And the best way of doing that is by doing that rather than say it. It requires tremendous discipline. By no means is easy. No. However, when I started, long time ago, I was extremely enthusiastic and I was a lover of the art. 100% no questions asked. However, I didn't know what I didn't know, right? There was no experience. I was brand new.
Lack of awareness.
Yes, and knowledge. I didn't know, right? I'm learning all these new things. So I got yelled at a lot because of things that I did not know. And oh my gosh, it felt horrible. And I needed to like go hide and cry. Like I verbally and it has been, it's horrible. It's a horrible feeling and absolutely unnecessary. So I promised myself that I was never ever going to do that. Now, don't get me wrong. I have really high standards when I work. Yeah. Sometimes friends do tell me, oh, how fun, you work in film, I want to work with you. And I'm like, really? Because you're my friend, it's not 100% that I'm expecting. I'll expect 150%. Mm-hmm. It's my name, it's my reputation, I'm bringing you in, like, So delivery and all of that, yet, and I can be very honest and transparent and provide feedback, right? You need to be coachable. However, I will never mistreat anybody. So my own personal experience, right? Yeah. And then diving deep into personal development and learning being a leader of self, and by that being an example to the rest of the team. Yes, I had the need to grow thick skin.
Yeah.
You're
human. We're all human.
Yeah, and thick skin. And I really don't care if people like me or not. I don't put a weight on that. But I do care in being respected. And that was definitely something that I have been able to create in the film industry here. I may not vibe the greatest with a certain personality. However, when working together, we understand the best on each other.
Mutual respect.
And we'll make it happen in that project, 100%, no questions asked. So I have to pull from different areas in order to make it happen. And great skills are being emotionally smart and socially smart. Mm-hmm. I have an ability to be very diplomatic.
I love that. Emotionally and socially smart. These are tools that are not taught. They're built in the world. They're built from experiences. Wow.
Yes. 100%.
We're diving right in.
Yes, 100%.
And how'd you develop some of these emotional and social skills, like traveling? In your field, of course, but prior to that, we all have come from a foundation. Your family, your upbringing, your culture. How do you draw from some of those? Like, what are some integral pillars that you use?
That is a great question. And you just mentioned traveled. Definitely being exposed to other cultures, languages, which I have been very fertile since I was a child, expands the vision and the horizons and perceiving world. There comes a moment with cultures that is not good, bad, right, or wrong. It's simply, in this culture, we do this way. Yeah. However, in this one, we don't do this, we do that. Yeah. And it's equally beautiful or important or has a weight.
I love that. You can hold space for both.
Correct.
Instead of splitting and saying, division.
Correct.
We come together and we have respect and we have a conversation. We are open to learning your culture versus how it's done in your family. Even within one culture, our families can do very differently. Like my ancestors versus somebody else in the village or in the next village, very little bit different approach. One could be way more stricter and one could be more philosophical and saying, I want to be more open. And some could be more closed off, all within the same culture.
Correct.
That's human nature.
Yes. And just taking away judgment. Taking away judgment. Now, when I'm working and I'm facing with these personalities, really the project becomes much bigger than myself. It is not about me. It is not about me anymore. It's about a collective. It's about the success of a project, and then success of that project's ripple off tremendously to the client, to the agency, to the production company, to the talent, to the crew. It's just exponential. And then, yes, you were asking, how do you develop such
social and emotional
knowledge? Well, we talk about personal development, and even before we started, we were talking about investing in ourselves.
Yeah.
Personal development, investing in yourself. Yes, we can read books 100%.
Yeah.
However, can you really read a book about how to swim and then jump in the ocean and swim? You need to have the experience.
Yeah.
And that's what, investing in yourself, personal development does, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yes, books, yes, seminars, yes.
Therapy.
Yes, therapy.
Somatic work, your
coaching,
body work.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
right?
yes.
It's not one thing. Personal development, let's not make it into like a one pillar.
Correct.
It has so many spokes because we're a human being, and that requires mind, body, soul, spiritual, emotional richness that we have to kind of tap into and fill all of those buckets. Because if we only address the body, the soul gets hungry, the soul starves. If we only address the soul and the spirit, but not take care of our actual physical, this is what the conduit where our soul comes through. Our spirit, everything comes through this body. But if you do not move and love it and appreciate it and look in the mirror and love what you are and see, there's an emptiness. It's not congruent. Mm-hmm. It doesn't align, so you're going to have a gap and you're going to be chasing for external validation. Mm-hmm. You're going to be looking for answers outside of yourself. Yeah. Right?
100%.
Do you think you'd got there earlier with, having to move from a different country? Do you think, I do believe we're still on this journey for life, coming to really know ourselves, because there's always new layers, but your experience, what really kind of brought you back home? Is there a pivotal moment in your life that it's like almost had to break you to make you?
Yes. There's so many thoughts and processes that are just invading my mind right now. However, I recall you mentioning, did I get there earlier? Do I feel that I get there earlier? And why is that? Probably because I left, right? Change cultures. I would say, yes, being an immigrant has humongous to do with looking at myself, refining, and then being able to provide back. I was a queen back home in Venezuela. I was raised like a queen. I in filmmaking. Oh my gosh, my career started very quickly, pretty amazing, rock solid, and I was first assistant director in no time. So you know what I mean, like so good. But then I come to the U.S. And I feel my roots were chopped.
Yep.
I had nothing. I had nothing. I was nobody. My resume didn't mean anything to anybody. And I was educated. I was multilingual. I had experience, yet it didn't mean anything. I didn't have credit history. I didn't have references, personal, business, work. Nobody. So I had to build myself from out of nothing. And it does take a moment to earn trust. Versus there I was a queen and I got it like this. Here
you were born like it.
It's like, sister, we don't know who you are. Yeah. We don't know who you are. We don't know what are you up to. You're a woman, you're Hispanic.
How's that?
Massive.
Oh.
Have you ever felt like an ant smashed by an elephant?
I can say I have. Maybe not, in comparison, but sharing the journey of immigrating from India to Canada and then again to Hawaii. Oh, that is a perfect example. An ant squashed massively by an elephant.
Yeah, so oftentimes when I'm invited to high schools for career fair or public events like that, where I get to say a little bit about my story and all of that, I always say, don't let anybody, if anything of what I share, something sticks in your mind, I hope it is, don't let anybody to tell you what you can or cannot do. Because when we do allow somebody else to dictate what we can or we cannot do, we're giving away our power. And yes, I have felt as an ant smashed by an elephant, and I have also felt adored, valued, pampered, supported,
It's never one-sided.
No. However, this one was brand new.
Raw.
I never experienced that. And I felt like that because I was coming from being an assistant director to wanting to direct. And I was told that my two biggest problems were that I was a woman and I was a foreigner. Smashed. And I don't know how I reply, oh, really? Those are my weapons. That's exactly what I bring to the table. Let me show you. Massive. Massive. Where in Venezuela, being a woman and being Hispanic is the most beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, here was the extreme opposite. And I taught them how to love me.
I love that. She taught them how to love her. Her
Yes.
two powerhouses were that she was a woman and she was an immigrant. That is our gifts.
Exactly.
When you
Thank
wake
so
up
much.
to that, and it's taken me in my 40s, 45, to realize that was the journey back to myself. My roots were replanted and it started to spread. When you own and embody that your truth, your journey is started when you were born. That was the beginning. It's not the end, it's not the whole story, but you cannot cut that off and disown it.
Thank you.
Wow, I got chicken skin because that is so powerful.
Thank you. And then also, it's like, who dare you to say such things about anybody? How dare you say that race and or gender are problems to anybody? Like, hello, we live in this new era and still we're dealing with that.
Oh, huge. Huge.
Now, something interesting, younger in my career, it's a male-dominated industry, right? I wanted to be more like a guy, like the tomboy type. And then as my life progressed, and I am embracing and honoring where I'm from, how I was raised, what are the values of my culture, what is it that I bring to the table that is different, spicier, sassier, whatever it is. Coming back home to me, reconnecting with myself, I do things my way. Definitely. Definitely. Meaning, yes, with integrity and always high-end delivery, nonetheless, my way. I say things in my own way, like I bring myself to it.
How can you be anybody else?
Thank you. It's one of the things that I bring to the table. So where my phenomenal dear friend is stressed about budgeting, I am like, we're shooting on Valentine's Day, we must have strawberries covered with chocolate for the whole team. I mean,
I love it. This is why I'm drawn to you from our first time. And it hasn't been long since we've known each other, but yet immediately I was gravitated. Your presence, the way you spoke, what you embodied. I also felt an alignment. You know, you draw women into your life in certain ages and stages because you're ready.
yes.
And you're ready to hold space, but not bow down or shrink. You're ready to hold hands and let's go. And that's how I feel with you. And that you are stepping into just the beginning, I feel like. We in a male-dominated, masculine environment, but yet you're softening and leading with more femininity, which I can feel the richness from your culture. You are more rooted in your vision, and when I see your work, it just explodes. It explodes off the canvas, so to say, whether it's in film or on canvas. Can we speak a little bit more about your
Yes.
actual fine art work?
Yes.
Where's your inspiration? What do you do? Start again.
It's the other side of my yin yang, right? Filmmaking is one, and we talked about that. Well, fine art is the opposite, and it complements each other, right? It's quiet, it's solo. I am 100% with myself, my terms, plugging to the universe, channeling in whatever comes. It's healing, restorative, transformational. That's what painting, fine art means to me. Even though I believe my dad back then and then, I always painted for myself, and I kept it very close to me. And I took different classes and, explored different things and whatnot, until I chose not to believe him anymore. And I launched myself. I always say I came out of the closet as a fine artist, later on. And it has been phenomenal and terrifying at the same time.
Right.
Why? What do I paint? I paint, okay, as an artist, I have highly appreciation for beauty in whatever shape or form. Human, animal kingdom, nature, places. Beauty attracts me, okay? And I often feel people invest way too much energy and time in negativity, including the news and papers and things and, constant. And now with social media, it elevates that, right, times 300.
Yeah.
I choose to give the world totally the opposite. I choose to give the world a moment to stop, to look, to breathe, to appreciate. So what do I paint? I paint things that have touch my soul, that are beautiful, like tropical flowers. Why tropical? Because I can see them in both Venezuela and here. So I'm connecting.
Merging to worlds.
Exactly, right? Merging to worlds that are so far away, yet are so very similar. I paint food that has a phenomenal meaning and feeling for myself. I paint, and then I paint those things. I don't do realism per se. However, there is another layer to it, which is the colors. The palette that I choose, it explodes in front of you, just like you say. There is no way you can walk by pretending something was not there.
Oh, no.
You have to look.
There's a vibrant spark.
And I do that on purpose. I use colors that embrace the highest healing frequency. We know sounds have a frequency, well, so color, 100%. So people, whether they know it or not, it does making an impact in the subconscious mind, healing, transforming, creating movement, moving stagnation, that kind of thing, right? Like neuroscience has tons and tons and tons of studies about it, healing power of art. So
Yeah.
I want to offer that. And I do that through things that have touched me so, so dearly for me to invest time to create them. And I also do custom pieces. So someone recently reached out to me and said he fell in love here in Hawaii and they're building their home and they have the blueprint and they want this and that for the bedroom. So they want to wake up looking at an original piece that has great meaning for them, etc., etc.
Yeah.
So I do, yes, and that's what I want to provide with art. So it's quiet, much quiet than film. Nonetheless, it's not less powerful, you know? Yes, and I love it. And it's terrifying because I'm exposing myself. In film, it's a collective project, right? In art, it's me with myself. So when I have an exhibit, a showing, an art studio tour, I feel kind of naked.
Yeah.
You know, it's me in all the splendor right there. Look at it.
Wow.
You know, look at me. And it could be very terrifying.
Yeah. Every time you come into these events and you look at your art, do you have a new set of eyes? Do you see something more? Do you see a new reflection of yourself? Like, what does that feel like?
Is it wow? Like, I did that. I painted that. From an idea, from an event, from a memory, beautiful one. Like, is translated into this piece. It's almost like, it's wonder. It's like, oh.
It is. From when I saw you working on some pieces, I was like, double take. And they weren't even finished yet, but I was like, oh, wow. I am a person that's drawn to color as well. It's just in my ancestry, Indian colors, richness, royalty, regal. And I'm drawn to that. You know, even though I'm wearing black, but I needed red lips.
Of course.
But there's that dichotomy, you know, like that duality exists in everything. I just want to like kind of pivot back to film a little bit. Is there a type of film you're drawn to? What kind of storytelling do you love to do? Like if you were given a project, your favorite.
I love romance.
Ooh!
I mean,
What? Come on.
it has to be a good romantic story. Come on, you guys.
It feels good. A little drama in there.
Of course, lots of drama, but rom-com, like
Latin.
I mean, I know, maybe cheesy or not. And then I like intellectual films, right? I like daring films like Pedro Almodóvar and his films and his themes. He exposes things in families and events and like raw and colorful. So I like that daring, and then I like the French with a little more intellectual type of story or narrative. I'm not into horror. That would be
Actually,
my
me neither.
least favorite of all. I do like suspense, really good suspense. You know, like keep me on my toes.
If you can call in a movie or a collaboration, what would it be? Like your next dream project you want to work on?
I want to work in a feature film.
Okay. What kind of feature film?
I want to direct a feature film, and I want to direct a feature film where the lead actress is a Hispanic breaking into the film industry. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. And there's no reason why I can't.
Right?
You speak it into existence, and then you take a step forward.
Yeah.
And there's a woman out there looking, you know, this is gonna land and be like, I want to have a feature film. I have a script, or I have a story, or I want to play something that resonated with her. You know, it's like she wants to illustrate another story. So I think this is such a great conversation to inspire others and speak it out loud. What do you want?
I love that.
That's been my journey. If I don't, it stays here. It doesn't come to fruition.
You know, so it's such a common language here. However, not necessarily out there.
No.
Oftentimes I'm torn when I ask people, male or female, random people, what are your dreams? What do you want to do? What are your goals? Well, I don't know.
If you don't know, who will? If you don't know your own dreams and where your direction of your life you see in a year, or 6 months, or 10 years, you'll continue that story and say, I don't know. And I really challenge my daughter when she says, I don't know. And I was like, let's get curious. Because the answer lies within you. Wherever you say you don't know, it's like you kind of, there's a seed there that planted. Is it something that you're embarrassed to say out loud? Is it feel too much? Let's discover. Let's get curious and unpack that a little bit. And I really implore the audience to do the same with yourself. If the answer is, I don't know about your dreams, then this is where Reignite with loves to help you discover. Sit with yourself. What was your favorite things you played, you did when you were 7, 10, 15, 16, in your 20s? Start looking back at old pictures. Start going back and doing a timeline, and there was other parts of you that now are still not expressed, and we're only allowing that to come out, or we're not allowing to come out. Right? Some people are more in tune, some people shut down. It's a plethora of traumas and experiences that are situations that like shut it down. So I love that you explore film, fine art, and you have the gift of languages. It is a beautiful, beautiful like collection of your life so far. Because I truly believe women in our era are just getting warmed up.
I think so too. Buckle up.
Buckle up.
Buckle up.
We're stepping into our own, and we're coming at it with not a defensiveness of needing to prove, more of a worthiness. I'm completely enough. I will take up space. I will not ask for permission. And I will hold space for others as well. And I don't have to do it alone.
Thank you.
I can ask for help. This has been all, doing this journey of podcasting has flung me into another part of vulnerability, like you do with your painting. It's sitting with the questions that come up and asking them. It's sitting, when I trust my intuition, I'm sitting across from you, just going for it. You know?
Yes, no second guess.
No. If I want to know, I'm sure, like, let's pull Faye out of, who's Faye? What does Faye love? What does Faye see for her future? And yeah, I wanna explore a little bit more on, and I say another identity, another chapter, so to say. You're a mom.
Yes.
Of a wonderful, how old is he?
He's 17.
Oh, 17, oh my goodness.
Yeah, very handsome young man.
And where does this lovely young man live?
Well, Zen Bailey Vásquez lives in Barcelona, Spain, since he was 13 years old.
And you live in Hawaii.
Correct.
So is he with his father? What's the journey there?
That's a beautiful question. I'm getting like hot already.
We have water here.
His dream, talking about big dreams and goals, at 13, he wanted to be a professional soccer player. Let me repeat that. At 13, he wanted to be a professional soccer player. And we signed him up for 2 weeks, summer camp, Barcelona, Spain. And the long story short was, on day 2, he calls and says, Mom, they're asking me if I want to stay. Mom, I want to stay. Mom, please, Mom. And I'm like, what the fuck? This is a whole different continent. Like, what? Like, what are you talking about? Mom, please, 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 please. So, he never came back. He has stayed there since we sent him. Yes, 4 years ago. He comes during summertime. I go and visit him at least once a year. I think he's living the life because he gets all the cosmopolitan, versatile vibe of Barcelona, multicultural, rich, and he comes home to be half naked, barefooted, shirtless, right, in his surfboards.
Yeah.
You know, going around Kailua.
Yeah. But you instilled a discipline in him to ask for his dreams and go for it.
Yes.
At 13, for a boy to go for a 2-week camp and then to ask, say, Mom, this is what I want to do with my life. Does that not mirror you and your journey?
100%.
You said when you were young and you figured out film, this is what I want, this lights me up. And do you think having that self-awareness in yourself that you went for your dreams made it, I don't know if easier is the right word, helped you, allowing him to go for his and not hold him back and get attached?
100%. 100%. I strongly believe that people should do whatever they want to do as long as they're passionate about it and because it's good to people, right? Like nothing negative.
Yeah.
And, you know, I did share with my dad that I wanted to be a fine artist. And at that moment, that dream got taken away. So I did not want to repeat that lineage. I didn't want to pass it down to him. If he knew that he knew that he knew that he knew that he wanted to stay in Barcelona and pursue, I believe him because, he's my son. I gave him birth. I know him. Like, this is what he wants. So, yes, I wanted to be supportive. I wanted to be encouraging. I had to be a believer because it takes me 2 days to jump on a plane and land in Barcelona. 2 days. I leave today, I get there in 2 days. So, and then been able to have lifted myself through film and know how much satisfaction, pain and also satisfaction has created, by all means, it's like, yes, do it. Do what you want. Of course, I would have preferred that he wanted to be a filmmaker. Then I had all his career paved for him. But no, he's very much like me in a whole different environment. It's funny.
You mentioned pain. Like, filmmaking is so much pleasure, but also pain. But motherhood, allowing him to go after his dreams definitely caused some pain, having to, on such a quick turnaround of being like 2 weeks camp to now you want to live there. What's that process like? What did you have to go through?
I'm still recovering.
Yeah.
I'm still...
You're a mother.
I'm still recovering from that. And there are moments that, are challenging. Like Mother's Day this past Sunday. You know, I wasn't with my mama and I wasn't with my boy. And yet, finding the grace of being grateful. It is painful because I have been a mama hen from the get-go. It was a natural birth. It was a home birth. I have had my kid like part of my wardrobe non-stop until 13. And all of a sudden that rug got pulled out of my feet, and I'm still finding myself within it. Where I had total control and knowledge before, I have pretty much nothing. We are 12 hours behind in schedule.
Complete opposite.
Complete opposite. He is a teenager. He lives in a residency. There is no way for me to attempt to control nothing. What am I going to control? Is ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, so trust that I provided as much as he needed to make it happen for himself. Trust that he is a phenomenal boy in and out. Trust that, you know, he has the wood, he can do it. Like, you're my son, you can do it, you got this, you can do it.
Yeah.
And, oh my gosh, it feels lonely, it feels terrifying, it feels, you know, all the things.
A mother of an 8-year-old daughter right now, that just exciting, but feels also heavy to know the day will come when you have to let go completely. And it is coming, and it's already training me, yet to have it done in such a like forceful, quick way. I'm grateful you're so honest with saying I'm still recovering.
Yes, I am. Yes,
That's big.
it's huge. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to feel safe and to be able to talk about it. Of course, I had friends that were super supportive, and I had other friends that said you're absolutely insane, as well as family.
Yep.
And I just said, if he knows, why not?
That's
go.
motherhood.
Let's do it.
You know, I'm learning motherhood is not a journey that we get these children and we own them. We are it's a huge responsibility. We are a guide. And then we're meant to let them fly. And I think sometimes it's challenging for me in this journey, and I feel like it's the most beautiful journey into myself, my soul, giving birth to this daughter of mine who challenges every last nerve, my nervous system, because she's me. She's not me, but she's my mirror.
100%.
She's allowing me to love myself, the parts that are so dark that I didn't want to face. She's like, we will face them now.
Exactly.
And it's teaching me every single day, let go. Stop tightening my grip, because when I get upset or I'm tightening, I want her to do it my way. And she's telling me, I know the answer, Mom. Allow me to express myself. And it comes from a place of our own trauma. Like you said, your father crushed yours. And similar, my father also at a young age said, you're never going to be anything. And you have to face that through your children. No matter how much self-development you do in parenting and motherhood journey, there's no manual. You're learning in the fire. You are reigniting and rebirthing yourself at every age.
Hands on.
Hands on. And I want to navigate into coming of age, coming of into ourselves. As my daughter is, heading into a new puberty, coming of age, I'm sitting in another phase of my life of postmenopause. How does that feel for you? You feel like your son's coming of age. And in society, this phase that we are in, menopause, postmenopause, it's like it's painted as done. Like our life, we're kind of washed up. That's what media and society has done. How does that land for you as a mother and as a woman?
Like you said before, I strongly believe it's just the beginning. Just the beginning. He's 17, so he is in full-on effervescence of teenagehood and discovery of sexuality. Beautiful. And then me, in terms, I I had a hysterectomy last year. Yes. I kept the ovaries because I thought it was going to be way too much on my body.
You listened to yourself.
Yeah, I told the doctor.
Because I'm sure the doctor said, let's take it all out.
Of course.
And that's been my experience with more conversations like this. Whether they're in their 30s, 40s, as soon as they say something, let's take it all out.
Yeah. I had a fibroid that was humongous. So that was the reason why. However, I did wanted to keep the ovaries. I have not experienced yet. What I do know is just the beginning. It's the beginning of a stronger phase. Yet. Why stronger? Because then I'm accumulating all these experiences and knowledge and insights and now mixing it together and it's a new
recipe.
Period recipe, yes.
To really allow you to birth or create from a new lens, lived experience, and your full journey up to now.
Up to now.
Wow. And how was that, the hysterectomy? What, just for women?
How was that? Okay, so doctors,
If you don't mind me asking.
No, I love it.
How old are you?
I'm 46.
46 with a full, with the hysterectomy, but you kept your ovaries.
Yes. It was massive. Doc said that in 2 weeks I was going to be fine. Hell no. And I'm healthy, I'm athletic, I prep, meaning I did all kinds of natural stuff to prep me before, during, after surgery. And it was brutal. Even though my body is phenomenal and adapted really well, it's a lot.
We don't have to deny that it's a lot of trauma.
Yes. Pain, like, oh my gosh, all the things. Advice would be walking is your best friend. Very, very slow, gradually, walking, motion, but just walking is your best friend. It was a phenomenal opportunity for me to ask for help. I am not used to that. And I had no family joining me in that journey. And blessings to friends. One of them took me in for a few days. She's like, come here, I'll care for you. And I like bawling, crying, right? And then I needed to ask for help. I was not able to drive for multiple weeks. So can you take me to the doctor? I have a checkup. Would you pick me up so we can do groceries? I'm not used to that. I'm used to be superwoman, do it all. So it was humbling, beautiful, hollow, whoa, what happened in my body? Almost like, yeah.
Wow. And do you have to take any aftercare, like medications or anything, or hormones?
Painkillers.
Okay.
I only took painkillers. I chose hysterectomy because I don't want to have any more babies. Thank you so much. I gave birth, the one and only. That's it. So, and then also my dear friend, an acupuncturist, validated that. She said, you should just take it out. Like, why would you keep an uterus? It was much better for the whole surgery. So that's what I chose that.
Right. But you had East meets West. You holistic.
Yes.
You spoke to a lot of practitioners.
Yes.
You did your research.
Yes.
And then you trusted your body. And then you asked for what you wanted and
Correct.
not allow the doctors to dictate, then take it all out.
Correct.
Because as women, we are experiments for them. And I love doctors. I think they play a role. But we also know our bodies.
Yeah.
We also know something inside is guiding us. Trust that voice.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's much longer than 2 weeks recovery, 100%. Walking is your friend, and then asking for help. Those are like my 3 pearls of wisdom from that process. And I told my family, this never ever is happening again. Not to me, and not to any close family member. If we're going under a procedure, somebody has to come.
Yeah.
Like, it was way too much for me to deal with all alone, even though
Emotionally, physically, there's things you're grieving, you're releasing, a part of you has been taken out. It's a process. You've been cut open. I'm so
blessings to
grateful.
friends.
I'm so grateful you asked for help and you had a community.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
we really do need to lean into that as women, as mothers. It's meant to be done in a village.
Correct.
We are not an island, even though we live on one. We are not as isolated as we want to believe.
Yeah.
But that work and that self-development part is asking for help.
Yes. What I've learned in that department has been, when I don't ask for help, I'm taking away a gift for someone else. And I never ever saw it that way until a mentor showed me that.
Yes.
So when I keep to myself, I'm taking away a gift
I love
for
that.
somebody else.
That was a gift also. We are literally robbing another person of being of service. That's their part in the world. So as women, when someone offers us a compliment, offers us a hand, that's the answer be yes. Let's practice that. Take it, receive it, without rejecting and denying it. Mm-hmm. There's no more to prove. It's mutual, duality, like there's a fair exchange there. You're allowing them to help you and you're open to receiving, stepping into your feminine. And if we do not, as ladies, truly start receiving, we are so unbalanced. And that creates a lot of dis-ease in our body. It truly creates disease because we're trying to do it all ourselves. And our body is telling us this autoimmune, this because we're fighting ourselves. Our body turns around, fights itself because we've been rejecting help.
It's too much.
It's too much. No.
We don't have to.
We don't have to. I know there's another part. It's coming towards the end, but you know what? Still asking. Like I said, when something comes up, I have to ask. You also went through another part. You're a mother, so that means you had a partner. There was a learning there. You went through a divorce.
Yes.
How long were you married?
So I was committed in this relationship for 20 years. Officially married, say 14 or 15, but 20 years. I always call it 20-year marriage. And long story short, we grew apart. Easiest way of putting it, right? We grew apart and we were in decline. We were not anymore in service of each other. And I had to make a decision. And I was not able to. I was really scared. I was terrified. He was everything I knew. He was the only family I had here. Nonetheless, because we have been together for that long, we grew up together. We raised each other, you know what I mean? And then not only him, his family. I had 20 years of relationship with his sisters, the parents, like the aunties, the cousins. It was massive. So it was a push from the heavens. I was not even looking for it. It landed on my lap. It was a crystal clear sign. There was no way I was going to ignore it. So I chose to walk away. I chose to walk away with my boy and my clothes. And that was that. Yes. Humongous leap of faith, because after I did it, I said, always share, oh my gosh, I should have done this 7 years ago. 7 years ago. The truth is, I was terrified. It was, very attached still. I want to change yet I didn't want this discomfort of change. Yeah, massive. And one of my goals with that relationship has been to keep a harmonious one.
Yeah.
So we can sit on a table and have dinner and tease each other and joke around. And
You're connected for life. Your son.
like it or like it, whether he dies today or in 100 years, he will be the father of my son forever.
Yes.
And I'm grateful for that. Like, because of him, I birthed this gorgeous human being.
Yeah. I love your take on that, because divorce endings can be very ugly, and women
pretty.
and men. Oh, no, but that's the dark side. There is. Before you can get to the space of understanding, you have to feel that emotion, feel that energy, release it. You can't sit in it and be the victim. We can choose that, and many of us do for a long amount of time, and we keep ourselves stuck. It's until the day you release yourself and you release that other person and say, you're no longer in charge of my happiness. Ultimately, they never were. They're also a human having a human experience.
100%.
How can they save you? The universe wants you to save yourself. Puts everything in you. The answers and the problem, the solution, everything.
Yeah, I love that, because in that process, one of the hardest things was forgiveness. And I would say, more than forgiveness to himself, forgiveness to me. I was able to learn through practice, through therapy, that I was a big time enabler. And I didn't even know that. And I was like, what? So all this discovery about myself and how I can choose to be a victim. And of course, I've been there, done that.
We all
yes, 100%.
It's part of the journey.
However, choosing to step out of it and take responsibility. Oh, wow. Like, we're talking serious grown-up stuff here.
Radical growth. Radical growth.
Like, okay, I'm an adult now. I'm taking responsibility of my contribution as well. Yeah. Massive.
Yeah.
Massive.
And I only laugh because it's an ongoing, right? I contribute to every relationship. I bring, or I enable, or I'm supporting, or I'm attaching, or I have an expectation or a judgment. So the layers are so finely weaved together, but it is a beautiful journey to unweave them.
Yeah.
And you release yourself.
Yes.
You set yourself free.
Yeah.
And that's the unbecoming. You know, it's at this era of our life as women, no matter what we go through, we come back home. It's truly, and when you build from coming back home, it's a different kind of structure, foundation. And the art piece that we become and what comes out of us that we create is a beast of its own.
Unleashed.
Unleashed. I love that. So Faye, what's the future here? Where can we find your art? Where can we connect with you? You have so much to offer the world. I know your art pieces need to be displayed all over the world.
Thank you.
I know there's people birthing, looking for somebody to paint a custom piece, create, direct, or create a film.
Yes.
Where can we find you?
Oh my gosh. So I have a website, femariavasquez.com. Also, I have Instagram, Fé Vásquez Fine Art. And what's next? Film is progressing and envision it expanding my career to Europe or overseas.
Yes.
And then art, I am looking to exhibit in bigger places, high-end places, hotels, restaurants, also overseas.
Yes.
as well. Yeah, I'd be delighted to collaborate and create a communal exhibit. I can also do solos, you know, all the things.
It's happening. You've just put it out there. You've
Yes.
asked and you will receive, is what my experience has always been. You don't ask, you don't get. Ask, believe, and receive. That is the motto I live by.
Simple.
Simple. Ask, believe, and receive. And thank you for coming, sharing your vulnerability, this journey that we're on. And if you can give one piece of advice, that's to finish off here, to an artist, a budding filmmaker, a woman, in a mother, a partner, or leaving a...
Do it. Do it. Whatever that is.
Simple.
Whatever turns you on. Whatever, just do it. It's never too late.
No.
It's never too late.
Thank you so much, Faye. I adore you, and I can't wait to watch us grow and be on this journey and explore and travel and visit wherever you go.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Love you. Thank you so much.